Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Thorsten and today I'm with Wegia and we're going to be going through some of the things that we wish we knew before coming to Oxford. So we're going to start with rent in Oxford. Wegia, do you have anything that you would like to tell us about rent in Oxford?
Yeah, so I think the first thing about the rent in Oxford is actually Oxford has the second highest rent among all the cities in the UK. I think the first one is definitely London, but in Oxford, maybe because like there are so many staffs and students in the city centers, all the accommodations is very highly competitive. So I really recommend you apply for accommodation as early as possible. So for example, if you're a student coming to Oxford, you can apply for a college accommodation because college accommodation is normally more convenient. It's including all the bills, all the utility bills, and also it's more reasonable price compared to other apartments or like houses that you can rent from agencies. And do you have any other to add?
Yeah, I think for me, it would have been helpful to know about a lot of these things. I think as someone who's coming up, one of the things that you can think about is whether do you know people in Oxford. If you already know people in Oxford, then it can be easier for you to find accommodation. But if you don't know people, then it can be quite challenging. So going to college accommodation would be best. Sometimes you find that some of the colleges do subsidize college accommodation by a significant amount. So that can be very helpful in the long run. And I think if you're still new to the university, it's worthwhile not stressing about accommodation, but spending some time building connections. And in that way, in the future, if you want to stay in Oxford, then now you can decide or make better decisions on whether you want to stay in college or offsite. But for a first year student, regardless of whether you are undergrad or postgraduate, I would recommend college accommodation as a place to start. And then you can make decisions going forward.
Yeah, totally agree with Thorsten's. And also, in addition to the college accommodation, I think there is also another option. So actually, university has a university accommodation department. So for example, Castle Mill,
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can also apply for if you are a postgraduate student, like masters or DPhils, you can apply for the university-wide accommodation, which is also including bills normally, and is. But I really recommend you to apply as early as possible because you need to be waiting in the waiting list. So previously, I also lived in Castle Mill for a year. It was a really nice place, and very convenient to the city center, to the campus, and all the utilities are included, utility bills. So this is also another option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, after rent, I think the second thing that I think it's worth talking about is commuting around Oxford, specifically getting a bike. If you have never cycled, unfortunately, this is going to be tricky, but lucky for you, there are some bike lessons that you can get. But in Oxford, I think getting a bike is something I found to be quite helpful to go around the city
Yeah.
and also to explore outside of the city because I think there's a lot to explore outside the city. So getting a bike could be something that you could do. Do you have anything to say about this,
Yeah,
Wegia?
I think in Oxford, like 80% of my friends have their own bike, but I really recommend you get a second-hand bike here because the bike shifts are a little bit too much here, so it's really recommended to get a second-hand bike. So there are some official websites, or from college or from the Ox bike. You can get a very good quality and good price second-hand bag. And also the thing is, when you're cycling, you should wear your helmet here. So the safety is the most priority thing for cycling in Oxford. And
Yeah,
Do you have? Yeah.
yeah, I think one thing that I could add on top of that is knowing how to cycle on a road with cars. Because coming here, I had never cycled on a on a road that has a lot of cars. So knowing how to navigate around that, how to signal when you're turning, how to signal when you're stopping, all those sorts of things, I think would be quite useful if you're thinking about getting a bike when you're making your way to Oxford. Fun fact about theft in Oxford or crime in general: bike theft is actually one of the most common kinds of crime in Oxford. But
But other than
unfortunately, you have
this,
to make a plan to keep your bike safe. So I guess putting your bike in a place where it's quite safe, and also sometimes having multiple locks. It's one of the things that is recommended, not just to have a single lock to lock your bike.
yeah, maybe get a D locker, which is a very strong locker from Amazon or some college reception. They also provide a D locker purchase. So that's a very important thing because I've been in Oxford for several years and I lost like 2 or 3 bikes already.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I only choose secondhand bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've been there before too. First few weeks I got here, someone swapped my wheel with theirs, and they just left my bike there, and it was really frustrating because I wasn't expecting such a thing to be happening to me, but it did happen. And months later, that bike actually got stolen. The entire bike got stolen, and I was really tired and I was planning to make my way home. But it's something that you maybe might experience at some point, but it's not something that should be affecting you that much. It's just what it is.
We are
Power guys
and climate
and
at
Ox.
Ox. Subscribe.